it's me, Jay.
And me, Sean.
And him, Herbie.
And him, Herbie.
Can you see Herbie?
Well, probably not really.
There he is. He's down here. He's having a lick, as he often is. So today, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite Disney soundtracks. Which is almost, an infinitesimal, goes on forever deep well of my favorites, but I've narrowed it down to just a few that I can't help but love and that I can't help but make you listen to all the darn time.
I like listening to them.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. At Disney songs, everybody knows them and they make you happy, so it's kind of a crowd pleaser. It's an easy record to throw on when people are over.
Yes, it is. And people know all the songs and are happy to hear them because when was the last time most people watched these movies? A while ago.
A little while ago, that's right. So, here we have Aladdin. Aladdin.
One of
there we go.
Tapes from my youth.
Oh, really?
We had this, and it was one of our car tapes.
Okay, interesting.
So when we would go on a camping trip, it would follow us, and I would have heard that 100 times.
Oh, you know what soundtrack we listened to all the time as kids?
I forget. One was stuck in your tape player.
Yeah, that's right. The Bodyguard. So, a little different.
A little different.
Not too different. Anyways, Aladdin is a super wonderful... Oh, look, there's the genie on the other side. It's a wonderful soundtrack, of course it is. It won the Oscar for Best Score.
Deserved.
And it won the Best Original Song for A Whole New World.
Classic song.
Of course, totally deserved. Alan Menken, Tim Rice, great songwriting partners. It was up against Friend Like Me that the Genie sang.
There are a whole lot of good songs in that.
Yes, that happens sometimes when Disney hits hard with a soundtrack. Sometimes it can cancel itself out, but it did take the Oscar nonetheless. And I love all of these songs. I think they're pretty terrific.
I agree.
Good. I'm glad. So next I have Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Another classic soundtrack from a classic movie.
Yeah.
These two came out a year apart.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like, this is the crazy goodness that Disney was putting out at the time. Of course, Peabo Bryson and Celine Dion.
Yes. Beauty and the Beast. That's what it's called, right? That song?
Yes. It was Angela Lansbury who sang it in the movie. She's Mrs. Potts. But they sang it over the credits. It was the radio version that you heard 1,000 times. And it's still wonderful. It, of course, won the Oscar. That, again, was by Alan Menken. It won for score as well that year.
Again, well-deserved.
Well-deserved. So, of course, you could not really have this list without putting The Lion King on it.
Another early to mid 90s Disney movie.
Right, that's the big Disney Renaissance years where they suddenly, they'd had a bit of a dry spell and suddenly they were just doing hit after hit after hit. These were monsters. So The Lion King, of course, I don't need to tell you how many great songs there are on this. Hans Zimmer won for the score this year, and Elton John and Tim Rice did take the Oscar for the song. They did Can You Feel the Love Tonight? But this one was also had Hakuna Matata and The Circle of Life, which were both also nominated. So 3 songs nominated in the same year from Lion King.
And my favorite song is not even one of those.
Which is your favorite?
I Can't Wait to Be King.
Yes, that's mine as well. I just find it so lighthearted and fun and
it fits so well in the movie. That's a great scene where just the whole thing is going with all the animals dancing and lifting them up, and it's just really, really classic.
It is
classic Disney animation.
It's very sweet. Yes. So, you might not be surprised to know that Little Mermaid is next. That's right. Of course, I have super love for Little Mermaid.
And I hadn't seen it until recently.
Yeah, that's crazy, but this movie is actually from 1989, I believe. So, I didn't really realize how old this was at the time.
Well,
but
that's the first one of the Disney
yes, it is.
Renaissance.
So at some point, it just became part of our collection, and we loved it. Of course we did. Of course we did. It did take Best Original Song and Score. So you probably already have guessed that Alan Menken is back again. He got it for Under the Sea, although Kiss the Girl was also nominated. And it's hard to even say which of those is my favorite.
Yeah, for me, not having grown up with this movie, Under the Sea was the song from that movie. Even not seeing the movie, I knew of that song.
Okay.
So maybe that gives it the edge. But they are both good songs.
They are. And so is Part of Your World.
Oh,
that is the one that we would do like little choreography in our swimming pool to. That's how we fulfilled our Little Mermaid fantasies. Now, it's crazy because those are all my childhood soundtracks, and so of course they are beloved to me. But some of my absolute favorite Disney soundtracks are more recent ones, which actually surprises me because I think, we just tend to go towards the things that we have nostalgia for, and nobody can argue that those are not great soundtracks. But Coco, oh my gosh, every song on here is wonderful.
It is.
Every song on here is wonderful. So it won, Remember Me won for Best Original Song. This is by Kristen Anderson-Lopez and Robert Lopez, who are the couple who also write both of the big Frozen songs. But I just love this soundtrack so much. It's so great. The songs tell so many stories. I just love them so much.
I do too. And it does really hold up against anything else, including the others from the 90s that you just put up. This movie is about music, and the music makes the movie all that much better.
Yeah. So, okay, my number one is Moana. Moana, the only one in this bunch to have not won an Oscar, which is shocking to me.
It is shocking.
But I have to say, I love all of these songs. You put this one on for me because, as you know, I feel just absolute joy every time this record is on. Every song, I just find it's inspiring, it's uplifting. There's quite a lot of variety across them. As you know, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is a super talented guy, came in to write for them, but he was not alone. There is a lot of people helping out, which accounts for the great variety of musicians and singers from all over the sort of Polynesian islands. So a lot of them are represented in different songs and languages in the lyrics, which I think is really great.
It is really great, and it makes it feel more like the islands because of it. And we went to Hawaii right around the time this movie came out.
That's right.
And it fits. I think.
Although Moana herself once reminded Sean that she is not from Hawaii. Sean is wearing a pineapple shirt, a shirt with pineapples on it, and she was super mad. This is not a pineapple island, it's a coconut island, she reminded him. So it is not Hawaii that she's from.
It's not Hawaii, but it's the Pacific Islands.
Yes, it has, that's the thing, it has so many flavors going on. Oh, I admire it so much how they were able to bring in so many different elements, and I just love all of the songs. I love them so much. I even love The Rock. I think
for me that's the best song.
The arrangement that they were able to do, because he is not a singer, but they arranged it to make the most out of his voice, so it sounds fabulous.
It does.
I really love Jermaine Clement does the song from the Shiny Crab. And I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda fully admits to the Flight of Conchord's influence, but also a David Bowie influence. Just listening to all of his songs on a loop. And you can really pick those things up, of course, when you listen to that song. And I just feel like every song on here I love. So yeah, that's why it's my number one.
I can't argue with that. It is a great soundtrack and a great movie that will be another one of those classics. You know, we look back on the late 80s, early 90s movies that are still great movies today. Coco and Moana are going to be around in
Absolutely.
20 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are some of my favorite soundtracks and songs. Which ones are yours? Let us know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.
Bye.